Previously on Knight's Quest, Saoirse and Zaatar are searching the heel of the giant's foot for Silene, who has access to their special tannin supplies that they need. While on their hunt, they beat Fabrizio de Piede in a game of RuneScapers, and he has agreed to be helpful for now. Meanwhile, Captain Flynn and Kareen are on the Kaiserion waiting impatiently. So eat your fruits and veggies, and drink some water too, because it's time for another adventure here on Knight's Quest.
All right. Hey, one at a time. We got all the good ice cream flavors. We got the SpongeBob pop that looks nothing like the character.
We
got the red, white, and blue bomb pops. We got everything. You little boy up front. What do you want?
I want all of them. Oh, if I have to choose one, what I want is I want the grape flavor.
You got money for that, or?
No, I thought you were giving them away for free.
No, that's not. I'm sorry. You can go. All right, next. Who, somebody with money, preferably.
Hey, Tony.
How old are you?
Tony, it's me from high school, man. You remember me? Bro.
Jim?
Yeah, from Mrs.
What happened to you, man?
From Mrs. Jensen's class.
This is great and all. I'd love to catch up, but I'm kind of doing my thing here.
I know, you got your hustle. I gotta respect the hustle.
It's a job. It's not a...
No, I see you hustling these kids, moving and shaking. I saw how that kid cried, running away. You still got it.
Okay.
Hey, he leans in.
Hey, who's holding up the line? Some of us want to get a grape. Some of us want to get a grape flavor.
I got money. You don't got money. I got money.
I'm not the kid. I'm not one kid on top of another kid's shoulders in a trench coat. I'm an adult.
He's got you there.
Okay. Anyway, Tony, I don't want to waste your time. I just heard that you've actually got a little something else in your cart.
Jim, I don't do that no more.
No. See, I heard something fresh, something clean, something new. The people on the streets are saying that you've got Knight's Quest.
Yeah, I got that new episode.
You got that new episode. I've been waiting to hear it.
Does that come in grape?
Get out of here, kids.
That's right. This episode, it comes in grape.
Comes in pistachio.
Knight's Quest, grape edition.
Knight's Quest is grape flavored.
Grape flavored Knight's Quest.
This is actually the first audio listening podcast experience that comes in fruit flavors. I don't think we get nearly enough credit for that. People really should be noticing that more, yeah.
They don't respect the flavors.
I'm going to have to add that to the wiki.
We should. We definitely should.
Keep people, come on, update that wiki. Let's go.
Nathan's stuck in an Italian mobster accent after last recording, it seems.
Which, to be clear, wasn't any of his characters, is the interesting thing.
He really wants it to be.
I was the henchman.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Vito or something, yeah.
No, that's Dito. You're thinking of Dito, and he's the boss.
He's the boss.
He's the boss.
Dito's the boss.
I'm the boss.
The boss.
Boss.
I just had a moment of panic when I suddenly realized that my computer has dropped to like 10% power because I forgot to plug it in. So that was
good
fun.
Thing you noticed it now instead of dying partway through this recording like Flamin' Pete almost did. Am I right? Hey, welcome back to Knight's Quest.
Too soon? He didn't die. I mean,
well,
yeah.
You don't know how much he's playing.
That's true.
I really am stuck in that accent.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's intoxicating.
I've learned, I'm the kind of person that I'm really bad at intentionally imitating a real accent, but I'm great at just absorbing accents around me.
Yeah, which can get you into trouble.
Yes, it can get you in trouble because people are like, are you mocking me? And you're like, no, man, I just like your accent. It's fun. I'm doing it.
100% will get you beat up.
Yeah, I haven't gotten beat up yet.
Nah, just like the way you talk. It's funny. I'm gonna do it.
It can sound like mocking. Is the troubling part.
We didn't do this, but I want to do it now. I want to give Saoirse an experience in dexterity.
Nice.
Dexterity.
Her quick hand move.
Quick hand.
Last episode. Now, before we resume with Saoirse and Zaatar, as they have been talking with Fabrizio De Piede, we should check on some of our other characters, and let's go back to the Caesarion itself.
Love it.
We've got good old Captain Flynn and Kareen. I'm going to say Kareen, she's on the deck. She's brought out some of her tools, and she's just been tinkering with the glove. I think she's got... How would she tinker with? I think she's got, like, a small chisel. She's got some sketchbooks where she's, like, tracing out the runes, trying to, like, find them, and maybe trying to clean up some of them. Like, maybe some of the runes had gotten a little worn down. She's just trying to trace them. She's testing it out a little bit. She shot a couple fire blasts out of it herself, and very much enjoyed that. I think she even maybe made a moment where she would look like pretended to be Captain Flynn by making it look like it was coming out of her mouth. She's like, Captain, look, I'm you. Look, it's fire to come out of my mouth. It's
Captain Flynn is not amused.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh boy!
I think it's been all morning. It's now afternoon, and Captain Flynn has been locked down on the ship. Kareen is having a great time. She is enjoying it. How is Flynn feeling?
Flynn is doing what he often does when he has downtime, which is he has this almost kind of ritualistic activity where I think he tries to meditate, and he's not good at it. And I think it's only made worse by the present company. But
Kareen, she's like singing and humming.
Oh no!
And obviously blasting flying.
It starts very like impressive looking. Like he walks to the bow of the ship, and he sets his trident down like vertical, and when he lets it go, it stays standing. And he sits down kind of crisscross and closes his eyes, and he is still outwardly. And then I think as the day has gone on, he's gotten more fidgety and more agitated until one of these outbursts from Kareen, and he just stands up and he grabs the trident and just hurls it off the deck of the ship and storms into the cabin, just into the captain's quarters.
The trident goes flying out into the water. There's a splash. Kareen, just for a moment, like looks over and then gets back to what she's doing. And the captain, he storms back into his cabin, and laying on the map table is his trident.
Yep. Huh? He's seething, and like just for a minute, he picks it up and he runs back outside and he thinks about throwing it again, and his arms just drop, and he goes back into the cabin, and there's like a couple of hooks above his bed that he just sets it on, just so it's in view. He picks up the captain's log, and he throws his coat back over his shoulders and walks back onto the deck and just sits down and starts to write.
So he's sitting out there. We'll have a little dialogue then. He's sitting out there, and Kareen goes, Captain Flynn, you seem particularly... what is the word for you?
Careful, Kareen.
Yeah, this is gonna go well.
You seem particularly spicy today. I noticed your meditation only lasted about 5 minutes before you started twitching again. Not very long. What is on your mind?
I think he snaps his journal cloak. he stands up and he tosses it back through the open doors of the captain's quarters, and he says, "Got a bit of the cabin fever. I'm gonna go for a walk."
Oh, no, Captain, you have strict orders. You are to stay, you are to rest, and we are to watch the ship.
I think he not like directly to Kareen, I think he's just kind of yelling in general, and he says, "Orders from who? I'm the captain. I give the orders. Who orders me around?" And as he's just kind of like storming towards the gangway.
I mean, it's a fair point. Yeah.
The Kareen agrees. She's like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you to not do that. Not a problem for me." And she continues to like chisel away and like polish up the gauntlet. So the captain storms off of the ship. Where does he go? He's on the docks.
Yeah, he's just kind of wandering the docks in a huff.
And he's just out to move, right? He's just out to move.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have him roll to see what he encounters. I'm going to just write up a couple of possible people he could bump into. Jake, roll a D4.
D4. 'Tis a 1.
A 1, okay. You see a well-dressed gray orc.
Uh-oh.
Gentleman. who's just casually walking down the docks. He's looking at some of the fishermen, kind of nods his head, tips his hat.
What kind of hat?
Let's go with it looks like a bowler hat.
Love it. Styling.
I didn't want to go too much into it, you know. I don't want to lean too much into it. Bowler hat that's got maybe like a gemstone on the front.
Sure.
Like centerpiece that really accent his position.
Pulls the outfit together. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also got a walking cane that he's using with him.
Styling again.
Yeah, it's just styling. Does Captain Flynn notice this man, or is he just patient?
He's kind of up in his own thoughts.
Okay, then I'm gonna say you bump into him, and the gentleman goes, "Hey, who you think he is?"
I think maybe without breaking a stride, he just goes, "Apologies," and just keeps walking.
Whoa! Apologies. Hey, come back here.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
Oh, yeah, he stops when he gets snapped at.
Boy, I don't know who you is, Mr. Lizard Man. Alright, but around here, an apologies comes with a little bit of a payment, alright? Okay, what you got? Come on.
What?
I think he was kind of hunched over. I think he stands up to his full height, and he turns around, and he says, "I think as payment, I'm not gonna knock that pretty little hat off your head."
Roll fear.
Yes.
Difficulty 3.
Yeah, that checks out. It's a success with 2 disadvantages.
I think the orc kind of straightens out his jacket, and he goes, okay. We could cool it, mister. Alright, we could cool it. Hey, there's no need for such jabs. Let's start back over. Let's start from the top, okay?
Says the guy was demanding money from him. Yeah.
Right?
My name is Zampa de Piede. Oh, and also,
okay.
That's my friend over there, Rodrigo. And that over there, that's Alfonso. And that over there, that's Chuck. And, oh, have you noticed over here, we got Richard. And those are your 2 disadvantages, is that he is not alone in this situation.
Jeez.
And who might you be then?
Oh, that's tough. Okay. Nathan, I know we established that it's not convenience that fuels the trident. Is there any way for us to, like, roll or flip a coin or something to say if the trident is present at any given moment?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say, let's make that be... It's a searching roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
See if you can find where it is.
Difficulty what?
In this situation, it'll be a 2.
Okay, again, it's a success with 2 disadvantages.
Okay, I'm going to say that you know where the trident is. There's a stack of barrels over there, and somehow it's wound its way up.
You can see it kind of like glinting.
Yeah, glinting
What
out
in
of the
the
top
world?
of one of the barrels where there's some fish. 2 disadvantage it is that Chuck is standing right next to that barrel as well. He hasn't noticed it. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of leaning up
But
against
he's there.
it. And also Zampa de Piede, the guy with the shiny gemstone hat, is also in between you and the trident.
Okay. The captain says, because he just asked who he was. He sees the trident, and he looks around at all the people, I guess, who are part of this little group, and he says, "You know what? I think I'm still the man who's going to knock your block off." And he breathes, because he's on the dock, right?
Yeah.
He breathes fire into the water to create steam as like a smoke screen.
Whoa, okay.
And he's gonna like fling off his coat and try and fly for the trident.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's roll. Fire breathing, I'm going to say, is a sorcery.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because sorcery is magic
Yep.
that comes from yourself.
Yep.
So
what's
roll
the difficulty?
We'll go difficulty. I'm going to say 2 with a boost because I think it's a clever idea.
Okay.
And there's a lot of... It's a very easy situation. It's a boost for cool.
It's a success with 2 advantages.
Great. Yeah, so you breathe the fire. They were not expecting this. Maybe they haven't seen a Draconi before. The steam rises up. You throw the coat, which successfully, of course, draws their attention to thinking you're over there. With the 2 disadvantages, I'm going to say, obviously you succeed in getting...
2 advantages.
Yes, sorry, 2 advantages.
Yeah, there we go.
The success is you get to the trident. That's a success. I'm going to say you can use advantages to, within this time, you're able to knock out 2 dudes. That could be 2 advantages. You just clonk them out with it.
Okay.
Or you'd be able to do a cool water move with your trident before they could even get a jump on you.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
He's going to knock out Chuck because he has to get the trident. And then on his way past, what's the guy, Zorbo? What's his name? Zampa. As he, shoots past Zampa, he's going to take his hat.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. So you snatch his hat, you knock out
So
Chuck.
there's this silhouette as he's, standing atop the barrels. He's, got the trident now, and he just kind of puts the bowler hat on. And it doesn't fit really well, but that's not the point. Yeah, he points the trident at Zampa in a fighting pose. He doesn't just point it at him, he's ready.
And Zampa, who had rushed over to where the coat had fallen, as the mist kind of parts with the wind, you see him standing holding your coat, and he turns and sees you with his hat and with the trident and says, "Well then, you better live up to your word.
Come on, boys, let's rattle."
Come on, boys, let's rattle.
The Jets are gonna have their way tonight. Yeah.
Zoot Suit Riot plays in the background.
So let's get back to the other side of the city.
Yeah.
Back in the heel, where we are dealing with a different Piede.
Piede.
Yeah, we're dealing with a different member of the De Piede family. As Zaatar and Saoirse are walking through the heel with Fabrizio. Have they arrived at his location, or are we still on the street?
They're still walking. At intervals, they kind of stop outside of a place of business or a home, and he'll snap, and one of the other orcs will go in and come back out with some form of currency. Collecting dues.
Oh my goodness. Do they actually rule this? You know what? Never mind.
He's smoking some sort of a kind of bizarre looking pipe.
Yeah.
It's got a twist in the middle of it, and it ends in this weird bell shape, and some noxious green smoke.
Oh no.
Yeah, rising through the blue light of the heel too.
Yeah.
I love that color.
And he says, "All right, what do you want to know?"
Ooh, before we do that, can you describe we said he's dressed well. What does that look like?
Pinstripes.
Pinstripe.
I love it.
Suit,
Yeah.
pinstripe,
three-piece suit. He's got spats on his shoes, the whole 9 yards.
So straight up, we're not changing it at all. If you picture 1920s mafia gangster mob guy,
Mafioso, yeah.
we're not adding our own little flair to it. We're straight at the book.
That is pretty sharp.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what?
Book.
Actually, playing off of that, everywhere there is a point on the outfit, there's a metal, a sharp metal cap that's added to it. So, on the tips of the lapels, there's a metal point, and at the corners of the jacket, there's a metal point. So he's literally sharp.
I like that.
Now, do they all come running just as fast as they can because every girl crazy? Just checking. I just need to know. Okay.
No.
Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
He says, he's counting gold pieces and kind of handing them back to the goons. He says, "All right, what do you want to know?"
Well, the primary thing I'd be looking to gain information for is if ye or any of your compatriots know if the city of the Giant's Foot has been visited by a brodring known as the Red Cutlass.
And he kind of cocks an eyebrow and he says, we got a lot of brodrings. I got nothing on that, but we can go talk to my brother. He might know something. And he leads the band to a house. Like a nice house.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say like another establishment, but then I'm just like, no, that's just a tavern or a gambling den again. We can't do that.
Yeah, it's like it's not out of the city. It's kind of just in the middle of everything, but it's a nice estate. It's a nice place. There's a couple more.
The only nice place you've seen in the show. Like everywhere is like dirty, a little bit run down, but this building just kind of like stands out. Like this is, and it's like, I think it's like directly behind where the castle is. Like you could look up and see the silhouette of the castle, and then boom, there's the estate right behind it.
Yeah, so they walk towards the front door, and there's another well-dressed orc standing there, and Fabrizio says, "Hey, Giano, Zampa home?"
Stop.
Hey, yo, Fabrizio. Zampa's out. He's going to get a little snack from the docks, so he ain't going to be back till later.
He turns around to Saoirse and kind of like shrugs, like nothing I could do, and he says, I'd offer you to come inside and have a drink. I don't know what your plans are for the evening, but I'm an orc of my word. I'll hold up my end of the bargain. I just don't know when he's going to be back. You can come in if you want to. I'll offer you some hospitality.
We can't come in because of the bargain.
What?
Because if you won, you were going to take us to your house.
But I think he knows that. I think he knows that.
That's funny.
He's trying still.
He's still trying to get what he wants, actually.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know when he's going to be back. You can come inside. I'll offer you the hospitality, the Piede hospitality, get you a drink.
I can't think of any reason we shouldn't except
that was his deal if he won.
Yeah, but
and Saoirse knows that. I think Saoirse knows he's trying to pull a fast one.
And Zaatar probably knows that too. Jake, what was the name we just called this dude?
Gianni, like Gianni.
Gianni de Piede.
Yeah, I think Zaatar actually does say that. He says, "But you lost." Huh? What's that? But you lost. You said if you won the wager, then you would bring us back to your place, which I assume this is, and you lost. So that's I'm sorry, but we cannot accept this hospitality.
Saoirse just kind of looks at him and then looks back at Fabrizio with kind of a shrug, as if to say, like, I mean, he's got a point.
He kind of shrugs. He's like, can't blame an orc for trying. Like I said, he'll be back. You can hang out around here if you want to. I am gonna go inside and have myself a refreshment after that rousing round of RuneScapers. But if you hang around here, nobody's gonna bug you. All right, so have at it, I guess. And he goes inside.
That was the only reason I was hesitant to turn down the offer is because, like, I don't know how to make hanging out in front of his house interesting.
Well, you still got Gianni. So, I think Fabrizio goes inside, and I'm picturing there's like a gate. It's like a...
Yeah, and the two orcs that were flanking him follow him inside.
Yeah, so it's just Gianni on the outside. And he goes, "So, don't know you two folks from water. What's your deal?"
Well, I guess we are waiting for a Zampa, whatever that is, to tell us some information about a brodring, I think.
Listeners, today's phrase is dramatic irony.
It's grape flavor, actually.
Yes, yeah.
Gianni goes, listen. I ain't gonna bash my cousin, but Zampa, let's just say Zampa, he ain't the brightest shroom in the lantern, okay? He puts all his stocks in his outward appearance, but let's just say inside he's about an alien puck short of a gold piece, if you know what I'm saying.
Might you be able to help us, good sir?
Well, it depends upon what's in it for Gianni here, you know.
Oh boy.
No, we won a bet.
Oh, congratulations. Well, what do I get out of that bet, though? That's all I'm saying. I'm a working man. I'm out here doing my job, trying to pay the bills.
We won a bet with Mr. Fabrizio, and he said that he would give us information.
Well, does I look like a Mr. Fabrizio to you? I will give you this. I'll let you roll persuasion, though.
Okay.
I'm not going to shut you down, but difficulty is going to be 3 with Gianni. And if you offer him something, I might give you some boosts.
I have to do that before I roll, I assume.
Yes.
Zaatar's got nothing.
Saoirse just made some money.
I really don't just want to give him the money I just got, because then what was the point? Like,
it's your call, folks. Your game to play.
You know what, though? It's a success with an advantage.
Hey.
Okay. I think Gianni, he kind of sees you guys out there. What do you say? What do you say to convince him, Zaatar?
He says, well, I mean, if it's a problem, we can always bring Mr. Dito out here and ask him.
At this name, Gianni goes, whoa, hey, whoa now. There's no need to bring the boss out here.
The boss.
Come on, I can handle it. I'm your guy. Gianni's got you covered. What was it you was needing anyway?
And I think at this point, Zaatar looks at Saoirse and gives her like a,
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, so that's a success, and the advantage, we'll just play it out. I'm going to say he's very helpful, and we can save that advantage for later. You've got him.
Got him by his balls.
Saoirse, who could not be more delighted by this turn of events, like, I picked exactly the right person to bring on this excursion.
I am also surprised.
We're looking to arrange a rendezvous with a brodering known as the Red Cutlass. We've been following the lead to the Giant's Foot.
Ah, yeah, I know her. Red Cutlass. She's, obviously brodering. She's sharp, smart one. She's got, I remember her now. She was, a smuggler. Yeah. She was trying to get some goods underneath the old brodering captain's watchful eyes, if I remember right. Yeah.
Aye, that's the one.
Well, I got some goods news. And I got some not good news.
Got some good news.
And Zaatar says, give us the not good news first.
Well, the not so good news is that, let's just say she's found herself in a little bit of a dicey situation here at the Hill. There's, a lot of people around here that like to do, and he looks left, looks right, crime. Now, I ain't saying
you don't say.
Well, I'm not saying that my family knows anything about that. Now, we're as good law-abiding citizens, right? Okay? Spirits above, all right?
Of course.
But there's some other members around here. We call them the hillbillies. They just like to cause some trouble around here. And let's just say that your friend is not their friend, if I can put it lightly.
She does tend to keep a rather short list of those called friends and rather a longer list of those who might call her an enemy.
I don't know why I said it like that.
An anemone.
An enemy. Now, if anyone were to be seeking out these hillbillies, how would they go about such a task?
Well, that's what leads me to my good news. I think I know where your friend's currently being held up at the moment. Now, last I heard, this is just a word on the street, you gotta believe me. It's just a word on the street, that's what they're saying. Is that there's a place, not too far from here, real up close to the mountains, as far back from that castle as you can get. There's a little den, a little shadier than most, that these hillbillies, they like to hang out at. Now, this ain't no fine establishment. You ain't gonna be seeing no fancy tables. You ain't gonna be seeing no well-dressed players over there. But, there's gonna be a lot of shouting, a lot of fighting, a lot of drinking, a lot of screaming, a lot of just messy business. It's not for me. Not for me personally. But, I hears that the name of this establishment is called the Callous. And it's, not a place for civilized folk. But, you two You look like you're the kind that know your way around the waves, so, that's just my bit of wisdom for you. Use it as you wish.
Aye, if it's anything similar to Brodring frequented taverns across the raging sea, I think we'll be right in good company.
Oh, and one more bit of advice for you, and this will be the advantage.
Okay.
Let's just say those hillbillies and us depiedes, we don't mix real good. So if you mention you've been hanging out with us too much, let's just say you ain't gonna be getting off on the right foot. Okay?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Johnny.
What can I say? I'm a helpful guy. I like to help people.
If you do see Mr. Fabrizio anytime soon, please thank him for us, of course.
And I hope that our friend Zampa is having a pleasant time at the dock.
Yes, I hope he is doing well.
I do too. That crazy cousin, you know how he is.
Oh, okay. So let's head that way, I guess.
Can it be assumed that we know how to get there? Like, I don't know if you said that directly, but I don't feel like we need to play out. How do we get there? Well, first you go Yeah.
Saoirse has been to the Giant's Foot before.
But has she been to the heel before?
I don't know. Well, she knew where the crabs were.
Well, we had to ask.
Somebody guided us.
We got that from B-dubs.
B-dubs, yeah. Well, you did say as far away from the castle as possible.
Yes, I did say that.
So we just walk that way.
Okay. All right, so you head further deeper into the heel, farther away from the castle, closer to the mountains, and you don't know if it's because it's getting later. You don't know if it's just because of there's now even less of these mushrooms, but it is genuinely very dark here. And you're finding it difficult to navigate. You're having to almost use feeling to get around. So for that reason, I will have you guys make a searching roll to find this place. And I'm going to have you both do it. Difficulty is going to be 3. I'll give you 1 boost because of the helpful aid of Gianni.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of blanks.
It's just everything canceled out, so it's just a failure.
Wow.
I have 1 success and everything else canceled out.
Great.
Nice.
Saoirse, you are able to navigate your way around. Again, it's not pretty, it's not clean, but you are able to get there. And Zaatar, you are struggling. Now, thankfully, Saoirse is able to guide you, so you will get there. If you had rolled a disadvantage, I might have had.
What's a swamp-related thing that he had trouble with? Or no, was it swamp? Or no?
Yeah, you're still. I mean, it's
still
still
a little swampy.
It's still a little swampy. It's not as swampy as the soul is. Okay. The soul is where like the real swamp part is. But maybe that is part of the trick. Is it's still a little moist back here. It's still a little sloshy.
Gross.
But you are eventually able to make it to the callus. You find it.
Excellent.
And your clue is the noise.
We probably hear it. Yeah, hear it before we see it.
Yeah, you hear it before you see it. And after winding through some alleys, or maybe that is what the streets look like, you do see it. There is the lanterns are illuminating the outside with the bluish glow. You see some of that green smoke billowing out some of the windows from, you assume, more smoking going on. And you see some ruffians hanging outside. I'm picturing the building to kind of look like, I don't know how to say it other than a swamp house. Like, where it's all wooden with a low slanted roof, and there's like a patio porch outside in the front and a deck in the back, where there's just a lot of people hanging outside. It is buggy out here. I haven't mentioned it, but it is pretty buggy, quite annoying, with a lot of buzzing mosquitoes and flies, and some dragonflies too here and there, but mainly pests.
Oh,
and
for sure.
It's exceptionally bad over here as the smell worsens with the smell of the smoke and the swamp, maybe some alcohol in there too. There's a noise, there's a ruckus from within of just chatter and people. Some shouts. What do you do?
I think Zaatar kind of looks at Saoirse and says, "Are you sure about this?"
Silene may be the only person I know of
within sailing distance.
within convenient sailing distance. Unfortunately, 'tis not a matter of feeling sure. 'Tis a matter of practicality. With our access to the Shamble yacht cut off, Silene may well be the only person we can count on. And ain't that a sorry state in itself? And I guess she just goes towards the front door, because I can't think of anything else, yeah.
As you approach, you see there are, a good number of gray orcs out here. These ones are a lot scrawnier. I think the ones that you had been meeting of the Depiedes were well built, had better posture. There's a lot of people hunched over.
A lot of coveralls.
Coveralls. But not even I'm not trying to make a hillbilly stereotype. Right. I'm just thinking these are the type of orcs that are more uncomfortable to look at, more disfigured. Maybe one guy's got an eye that's genuinely bigger than the other one. One dude's got a face that looks like it was made of clay and some kind of squished it. These are just some unsettling figures, whether they were born that way or that's just...
But we're not trying to stereotype anyone, but they are super ugly.
All of them are extremely disfigured.
Just trying to create a visual distinction between our two crime groups here.
Yeah, yes. We get it. One's pretty and one's not.
If you want to be subjective, I guess.
Oh, boy.
But one thing that they all are doing is they're giving you the look. As you approach, they're giving you side eyes and glares. They've got, one dude's picking his teeth with his dagger, and he's kind of looking at you as you come in.
Yeah, dangerous.
There's another lady who's, rocking back and forth in a chair, smoking from another twisted pipe. And no, she's not. She's chewing something, and she spits as you approach, but more in your direction than in her bucket. And the front door is there. I think it's one of those swinging doors. I'm thinking Wild West kind of doors.
Saloon doors.
Saloon doors, thank you.
I love it. I did not hear anyone actually stopping us, so...
Nope.
No reason to stop ourselves. And Saoirse is going to go in the doors.
Zaatar follows?
Yeah, he's got to. He's not staying out there by himself.
You enter in, and I think... Oh, here's where it comes in. You had also heard a noise.
I do not like when Nathan gets that face. There's a very distinct face and tone of voice that's just oh no.
And there was another noise you had heard as you approached. A grinding sound, a high-pitched grinding noise. That wasn't frequent, but it came in spurts. So when you enter in, sure enough, there is some tables, people sitting, drinking. There's what looks to be a bar, some doors in the back. This is a very spacious room, very wide open. And in the back wall, there are some doors that lead to kind of the backyard area where you had seen a lot of people as you approached. And it was clear that is the center of attention, where you hear a lot of the cheering and the hollering and this grinding noise coming from. Otherwise, there's a couple of the doors that maybe lead to some more private rooms, but those are on the left wall. And the bar's on the right.
What were we told? Gianni told us that she's held up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Saoirse says,
Zaatar, I'd like to be sure I'm not overlooking any potential avenues, so to speak. If ye were searching out the whereabouts of a particular person of ill repute, would ye start with the barkeep, or is there some other option?
I think he looks around. I think he's constantly looking around at this point, and he says, maybe if it was not the case that everybody didn't like us already, I might ask the bartender. But seeing as we are already not liked, I do not like our chances of getting information from anyone. And so I believe my use to you has ended, and I will be following your lead. And I think maybe the loud noises is where we should start our search.
I mean, honestly, that's fair, yeah.
I do apologize if you said this and I missed it. Do we have a read on where the sound's coming from?
Yep, it's coming from the backyard.
That was it. Okay, yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah. Once again, if no one's stopping us, backyard.
Great. Yeah, I think I don't think anyone's going to stop you, but there's definitely some people who don't get out of the way for you. So you kind of have to push your way through, and
it's fine.
You're just getting a lot of rude vibes, a lot of stink eye.
Yeah, I believe that as things are now, there's no reason to make that a bigger deal than it needs to be, so I think Saoirse is just going to roll with it.
Okay, great. You exit the building and you enter into the backyard where you can see there's a lot of people who have gathered around a fenced area.
Oh, no.
And you see inside there's an orc. There's a gray orc in there.
Yeah.
And he sees you kind of like hyping up the crowd. And they're chanting for him, they're cheering. Some people are booing. And there's another gray orc. He's got a large disc on his arm with a rune on it, and he's holding onto it. And you can tell that whatever rune it is, he's activating it. In front of him is a creature.
Stop.
In the field.
Stop.
And this creature, it looks like an alligator, right? So it's got this dark green.
Oh, okay.
It's got a flat tail, but its mouth is a lot thicker. It's a lot chunkier. As everyone's cheering, the man with the rune lifts up his hand, and the creature then begins to move again, kind of running around as alligators do. So not very, lumbering, but scampering around. And the orc is kind of playing with him, jumping side to side. There's a lot of logs. You see a lot of logs all over this area that have been kind of shredded up.
What in the world?
There's a lot of sawdust everywhere too. You didn't notice that first. It's a very dusty space.
Okay.
But one of the orc, he runs over, he grabs one of the chunks of logs, and he throws it at this gator creature. And you see the gator open its mouth. Its teeth on the top and the bottom spin like around its jaw, like the blade of a chainsaw.
Cool. Very cool.
Bites the log and saws through it, and that is the source of the buzzing noise that you heard. And of course, the crowd is cheering as this creature is
chainsaw alligator.
I think Zaatar sees this and says, "Okay, maybe I might have been a little bit wrong. I don't know. I don't think this is maybe the best way to help us find this person."
As you're watching this, you see the orc is eventually able to get on top of the creature. He's got some rope that he ties around its mouth, and is able to, tap it. And the creature's waggling around, and he stands up victorious, raising his fists in the air. He's clearly won the fight. What do you guys do?
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, Zaatar is just standing there. He's so out of his element.
What do we do?
Saoirse is a beast tamer.
Yeah.
That is her whole spiel.
That is her whole... yeah. I gotta be real honest. I got so rattled because when you said that there's an orc with like a rune disc on his arm that he's like activating stuff, and you even held out your arm like this, all I could think was, don't make a Yu-Gi-Oh joke. Do not make a Yu-Gi-Oh joke. And then you said that there's a magical creature running around in front of him, and I was just like, you can't be serious. I'm holding back so much. But anyway, I think Saoirse wants to get more information about this fighting ring without giving away that they don't know anything about it already. So I would like her to... Can I get the attention of just any random person here and just ask them...
Yep.
What have we missed?
Ooh, what have we missed?
I want to give off the impression that I know what's up, but I did just get here and I want to be caught up, yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll for this.
Okay.
You're trying to just chill it out right now, right?
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
I love it. I actually have a check mark in camaraderie. Difficulty?
3.
Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty even split for this dice roll. That is another case of everything evening out to 0. Don't love it. Do not love it.
Makes it a failure.
How did I fail at asking what have we missed?
I think you say that, and the person that you tap on the shoulder, they kind of look back at you. And they're just like,
who are you? Don't talk to me.
They like see who you are. Yeah, they pull back, and they return to focusing on the game, and maybe they even they tap on the person next to them and clearly gesture back to you and give you a glare and are whispering about you now with someone else.
Alright, Zaatar, I apologize. I didn't realize we were I mean, without any other evidence, all I can think is elf and human racism. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of, but...
Regardless, I think we are outstaying our welcome.
We may be outstaying our welcome. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if she's not here, she's not here. I guess we may as well leave.
I mean, if you don't see her, I don't see her either.
We can't see her, correct? We haven't seen her?
Yeah, have you tried to see her?
Of course we've tried to see her! Okay, Nathan.
That's what we've been doing.
I scan the crowd. Do you want me to roll
give me
for
a
that?
Searching. Yeah, give me a searching roll.
Oh my god.
Role-playing games are fun.
Yeah, give me a
alright.
searching roll, guy.
Let's see here. That was so much worse.
Oh, so much worse than a failure?
Yeah, that was a failure with 2 disadvantages.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I have a check mark
that's all
in
I needed.
searching. Wait, no, hang on. Nathan, what was the difficulty? What should
Whatever
the
you
difficulty
rolled
have been?
is what it was.
Dang it. This sucks.
What did you roll, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that anyway.
Without
okay.
thinking, I just rolled 3, yeah.
2 disadvantages, that's all I need. I think you're looking around the crowd, you just can't see her, and so you turn back towards the doors to enter into the building, and you see a couple of orcs approach you.
Everything went super great until we got to the callus, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our luck finally did run out.
An orc grabs Zaatar, and an orc grabs Saoirse, and a third one says, well,
Oh no.
it looks like we found ourselves our next competitors for Razor Gator Wrangling. Thank you for listening to tonight's quest, and thank you to all of our patrons for making this show possible. An extra thank you to all of our Triumph Tier patrons, Lo Long May He Reign, those dang halves again, Mike and Reagan, can indeed of riches. You can join their ranks, get access to bonus content like our upcoming episode diving deeper into the heel by going to kqpodcast.com and clicking on Patreon. The next episode will be coming out on September 29th, and we'll see you then. Here at Chain Gator Wrestling.
Chain Gator?
Do Razor Gator.
Ooh.
I think we'll go Razor Gator.
I think it's either got to be Razor Gator or
Razor?
Chain Croc.
I'm gonna go Razor Gator.
Yeah, Razor Gator's
Okay.
good.
It looks like we found our next competitors for Razor Gator.
Oh boy.
Yep.
For Razor Gator Wrestling.
That tracks. Yeah, you know what?
Yep.
I should have seen this coming.
Razor
the
Gator
moment.
Wrangling.
For Razor Gator Wrangling.
Now that you have all 3, you can just pick one at your
let's
leisure.
pick my
Yeah.
favorites.
Splice them all together. They don't even know which one it is.
The episode comes out and it's like, our competitors at Razor Wrestling Wrangling.
Razor Chain. Double blade flip flap.
All right, I'm going to stop my recording.
Yeah, I'm going to stop my recording as well.